experiment.
Yeah. Well, the experiment says it's working.
Yeah, well, like I said, there is always a lag.
It's not that big. Oh!
Oh! There you go, see?
I need to press the button. That's what it is.
Well, there's always a bit of a lag between what we're saying and what's happening and all the rest of it. See, look, I've just about reached for my mug of coffee.
Hello, world. Is there anybody out there?
Not at the moment. So this is an experiment for us on Salty Lass,
Totally.
as we try and work with the technology that we have.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we'll wait and see if anybody turns up.
Yeah, but we've got to chat and at least keep the conversation flowing. My daughter does live streams, and she says the biggest problem is
Oh, somebody's
to
come along.
chat. To chat.
Oh, it's Dave Goodfield. Good morning, Dave.
Hiya, Dave.
I hope you're not sitting in the boat behind us doing that.
Yeah, you could. It's a bit wet today down here at the marina, isn't it, Bev?
It's chucking it down.
We had hoped to be doing a
Oh,
window.
Andy
today.
Crawford, good morning. How are you
Good
doing?
morning, Andy.
I hope the weather's better wherever you are, because it is throwing it down here in Carrick.
Well, if you want to ask us any questions or anything like that, just stick them in the comments. We've got a sum total of 2
Hey,
viewers.
every journey starts with a single step.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's being philosophical about it. Oh, we've got somebody else there. Ian Fox, good morning. Hello, and Dave Goodfield is at home in the castle. I didn't know you lived in the castle, Dave. Well done, you. Too much snow, yeah. Flipping freezing in Bradford. I haven't been in Bradford in years.
Oh gosh.
But it's a step up from Oldham. Every time I went to Oldham, it rained on me. So that was
And I lived in Oldham for a good few years.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah, one of the many places that I lived. But in Bradford, though, it was just for me. It was just I went for an interview for the university there in Bradford.
I need to move in a bit. I'm too far out.
So I remember going to go to the university and do my interview and all that sort of stuff at Bradford.
Yeah, whereas I used to work for a company in Pudsey, so, well, temporarily, they were the agents for a company I worked for.
Pudsey. So.
Pudsey, where the bear come from?
Oh, okay. So
yeah, so we're sitting here on this. I've got to put my glasses back on because I can't read the screen.
I was going to say, not a chance for me reading that.
Snowing in St Helens. Oh, right, what's the weather like here? Well, we had snow in the hills this morning, and I think the rain might be doing for it. My aunt, who lives up that general direction, says that there's ice on the roads, and she is not coming out. So
Yeah, she because the problem is last night the pontoons were starting to ice over, and she's a little bit higher up, so she knows she's got black ice.
Yeah.
And then the snow has fallen on top of that.
yeah, so yeah, I don't think the pontoons are going to be icy today, though.
No. The pontoon won't be icy at all today.
Well, the big news on Salty Lass, such as it is. Oh, hello. Let's see that. Kevin Houston. Happy New Year, Kevin. How you doing? Let's go see if I can make that right and bigger. Hang on. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Look at that.
Still can't read it like.
Okay. Hello from Texas.
Wow!
Whoa! Hello, Texas. I'll bet you it's sunny in Texas because it sure as heck is sunny here. Anyway, as I was saying, the big news on Salty Lass at the minute is that we have started replacing our windows. Our dodgy, crazed windows are gone. They are history.
We've done 5 so far, and we've got another one to go. We were going to be doing that this afternoon, but I don't think we will be now.
Not.
But at least we know when we come back on the 7th, because we've already done the filming, haven't we, Beverly?
Yeah, we have.
We've already done the filming of the video, of the putting them in. So we at least know that we've got a video ready for the 7th when we come back. So that's when we're going to be coming back to blogging on a weekly basis.
Yeah, the problem I have with the filming is this thing, which is the little camera we got. It's not a bad camera, but I've got a horrible tendency to lose the thing because it's that tiny.
I mean, say the other day that happened, wouldn't it, Bev? And
couldn't
you were
find-
like, "Oh my God, where is it?"
I couldn't find it.
Oh, have we actually got a question there?
Oh.
Thought you'd be doing a show live from the locker or the previous night.
Dave, have you seen the weather out there this morning?
Also, with the technology, you
Yeah.
know, it's bad enough setting it up in here.
I don't know how smooth it looked, but this took about 4 goes.
But yeah, getting the
Hugh Burgess, hello Hugh, how are you doing?
hiya, darling.
Oh dear.
Oh, dears. We had hoped to be having a celebration with Hugh, but with this COVID and all the rest of it,
Yeah, that's off, isn't it?
it's just one of the many things that
can't do.
can't do. But this is why Beverly and I are working on our projects, because when the world gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Totally, you have to.
Oh, dear.
So the windows are the main project at the minute, and they're coming along nicely. That means I've still got the hatches up there to do, but that's for a later day. And
as soon as we get the hatches done, we've got to finish off that electrical installation, because I think in one of our blogs, when was it? A couple of weeks ago, we actually put the cable run in. We still haven't done anything more than
True,
the
you haven't.
cable run.
little question there from Andy Crawford. At home I have a smart meter for my gas and electric, and I used up £4.56 already. How much is your heating costs? That's a tricky question, actually. We do have an electric fan which sits on the floor, and we generally use it during the day, and it doesn't seem to use a great deal of electric, but we're not heating a big space. At the minute, we have got the diesel heater on because
We didn't want the blower going.
yeah, we didn't want the blower hiding away like a demon in the corner, so we've got the big diesel heater going, which is a 4 kilowatt heater. And I calculated once that if we run it on full tilt and get the temperature in here to about 23 Celsius, we go through about £2.50 of diesel a day on that. Whereas with the little thing on the floor, we seem to be going through about £1.50 a day.
Now, it does actually vary as well, because when we were over in Bangor, that's a privately run marina, and the rates on the electric was actually dearer than the rates on the electric here. So, for instance, if we put £10 in for the boat, that will last, what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
You know, which is like £5 a week. Now, in Liverpool, not us, but a guy who didn't have diesel heating at all, he just heated with electric, he went through £5 a day.
He did. And it wasn't a boat much bigger than ours.
No, it was just marginally bigger than ours, but not much. But he didn't have as much insulation in ours as well, and I do know that all that.
You had a nice dog though.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, but a dog's like a hot water bottle.
Mm,
Put your feet on it, poor thing.
Only Bethany would think that. Oh dear, so what else is...
Dave Goodfield says he's the spare eye patches aboard the boat if you feel the need. What, to become parrots? We don't need to do that, Dave. We have our very own parrot aboard. Here he is. He's even got
Yeah.
He's even got some treasure.
I'm afraid to say last year he was completely corrupted. He was doing such a good job helping me write, because he was given to us by a writer.
Yeah.
And he was doing a really, really good job of helping me write. And then all of a sudden he found gold
treasure.
Coins, and he was completely and utterly corrupted.
Yeah, instead of having dogs to put our feet on, we have this lot.
Yeah. Although we do have a dog.
We do have Bones.
No. What I mean is, he's in here.
Oh yeah, more of our heating system. This is the ultimate heating system. This is Mr. Snuggles. Mr. Snuggles is a hot water bottle.
Yeah. So if it really does get cold at night,
yeah,
that is what we use. So if we've got any other questions down there, we've just got what? No parrot. No,
No.
but Prudence the other day.
That's true. We do have we have a penguin.
Yeah, Prudence the other day was offering to be the parent, wasn't she,
Yeah.
darling?
So in terms of boat jobs, to get back to the boat.
Yeah.
In terms of boat jobs, the windows are the current major task. We've got one window left to do. We've still got some electric work to do because at the minute we've got cables trailing through the boat. So
And I really want to get rid of those. It's just
and
like...
we've even trailed new cable through the boat for the electric sockets, which I'll go and get.
Yeah.
There you go.
But seeing as it's raining today,
And this is our solution, a standard electrical socket, which we have added some wood facing to so that it blends in a bit.
yeah,
So it blends in a bit better. And the idea is that we will fit these in the galley and somewhere in the main cabin.
yeah. But so now that it's raining, because obviously I was going to do my last window, because I really feel like the windows are like, oh my god.
So that electrical work may be today's project.
Yes, because I've still got to drill the holes, and then I've got to do that last layer of varnish.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that there's at least some kind of varnish inside the hole.
Yeah.
So that'll be today's job, and then at least we know that we're progressing.
So after we do the hatches and after we do the electrics in here, the only other major boat task is the engine service.
Oh, we've got the engine service, because what I want to do this year is we're cleaning out the coolant again. So we'll video that because we want to replace that. But the other thing I want to do is run vinegar through the system.
Yeah.
Because apparently that takes out furring, because obviously when you've got a heat exchanger,
with seawater in it.
you've got seawater in it, you're going to get some kind of furring. And we know of a boat. Oh,
We've got some more. Carl and Jenny, just a quick visit to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guys. I hope it's all going well out in Greece and you've got better weather than we have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so, you know...
SV, happy Mondays. Last night in Preston, the dock is solid. Just a tad nippy. It was getting a bit nippy here last night and it was getting a bit slidey. But thankfully the rain has cleared it off. So we swapped ice for rain. Hope otherwise Preston is fine. Gavin Smith, what are your sailing plans for 2021 when life returns to normal? That's a very good question, Gavin. And the reason it's a good question is because we've got no idea, just like anyone else. We know where we want to go. The question is, are we going to be allowed to go there?
We still want to go around Ireland. But whereas last year we were sort of like a bit stymied about going to Ireland, and we just sort of stayed in around Carrick. What we've decided to do this year is we're going to go up regardless.
Yeah. Well, we have to. We get thrown out of the marine on the 1st of April.
Yes, that's true. We're going to go off regardless. And we don't know where we're going to go. There's lots of places that we do want to investigate and look at and places like that. But from my point of view, I need to be going somewhere because part of all this, because it's just a different things that Beverly and I both want from the boat, is I love travelling. I love seeing new places. I love meeting new people. And hopefully through the blogs, you know, you can connect with us or something like that. And that's what we want, isn't it, Bev?
Those little devils, Carl and Jenny, just saying it's beautiful where they are, shorts and t-shirt.
Oh, you're making us so jealous. I think I got my swimming costume on once.
Yeah, in the Cals of Butte.
The entire year last year.
So the plans, just get back to, I think it was Gavin's question. If we can go round Ireland, we will do, but it depends whether or not Ireland is allowing boats to visit, because they may still be locked down, who knows. So if Ireland is locked down, we'll maybe go to Scotland, or maybe we'll try a long trip down the Irish Sea and head for the Isles of Scilly and the southwestern coast of England.
No, I'd love to go.
I'd love all of it.
Yeah, I'd love to go to the Scilly Isles and stuff like that. I really would. And then we've got some sailing friends who are just a little bit further on down, who we still owe a dinner to them, I think. And yes, we're going to travel all that distance just to pay them back a dinner.
And say hello.
Of course we're going to say hello.
Yeah, so Dave and Tamsin, if you pick up on this later.
We know we still owe you a
dinner.
But once I've done that, I'm not too sure what else I want to see, apart from maybe, say, go round some of the various places. Where it's at Scotland, I'd love to sort of like go round quite a lot of the Outer Hebrides. I'd love to go through the Caledonian Canal. I've always wanted to go. I've been to Orkney Isles, not in Salty Lass, but I have been. So I'd love to go back there again, and then go back on up to Shetland. I'd love to do that, but it's just what, because you've got a lot of things to juggle, and also having this COVID and everything, you've just got that one extra big thing to juggle. But obviously, like everybody else, we're hoping that maybe
if we get good weather, we can go to St Kilda. There's nobody there. They won't stop you coming up.
I know. But what I'm saying is now, hopefully, that the vaccination program will come through and all that sort of stuff. And
that throws another little wrinkle into the mix. Our registered GP, such as this, is in Liverpool, and we're in Belfast. So I have a funny feeling that when the vaccination thing comes through, we're going to have to catch the ferry.
Well, there is that. But also, last year, it was so annoying because we were up in Scotland, and the GP in Liverpool just point blankly refused to sort out a prescription for you.
Yeah, that's right. Just refused. You've got to come in personally. So I had to.
So we had to come all the way back to Northern Ireland so that Beverly could catch the ferry. Oh, it was just. So I think we need to find a better doctor that will just sort of like give Beverly her prescriptions on a regular basis. Without having to sort of like do a yearly checkup or whatever it is that they're expecting you to do. It's just
that's doctors, so there you go.
So
so the plan, just to summarise after that big waffle, the plan is to go around Ireland and get down to the south coast of Ireland, go along and then up and right round, and we've got places we particularly want to go, like the Ring of Kerry, Carrickfergus, Skellig Michael.
Oh, absolutely.
Otherwise known as Star Wars Island.
That's the only place on my. I've got two places that's on my.
And then there's the big fjord, Kalari.
Yeah,
Kalari Inlet.
I also want to go to Baltimore. I don't know why, but I just like the idea of going to the original Baltimore, and then eventually, when in 20, 30 years' time, I'll go to the other Baltimore.
And the other thing is, once we've done things like that. Once you go to Baltimore, one of the things about Baltimore is we find a map of Baltimore and the islands and around. It looks like you could spend a month just in Baltimore.
I know. And of course, if we're in that area, then going round...
Go round the Fastnet Rock?
Going round the Fastnet Rock. Just around the Fastnet Rock is definitely on the
But we'll be typical salty lasses. We'll go on a nice day. And it'll probably turn into a gale while we're out.
I know, but it's just sort of like,
what's that? Dingle? Yes, Dingle is on the list. For those of you who don't know, Dingle is way down in the southwest tip of Ireland. One of the places I mentioned, Carrickfergus, is not far from Dingle and Bantry and all that.
Oh, Bantry Bay.
Bantry Bay, yeah. So, hello, what's up from Andy Crawford there? Mustache, I'm preparing dinner. All right, Andy, all the best for your New Year dinner, and I hope it all goes well.
New Year's Eve dinner, but yes.
Shuggy9966. Hi ladies, great to see you doing your stuff. Hello Shuggy. Happy New Year to you too. I think we bumped into you in Troon, didn't we? That's where when we were over on our Scottish trip.
We didn't quite bump, it was sort of like it was a wave. It was a wave, boat to boat.
I think it might have been, yes. So if we can't do the Ireland thing, then there's always the Scotland thing, because it's part of GB, so we can do that. What's that? Yeah, still starstruck. Thank you very much, but I think you're overstating things a bit.
I mean, so come on, let's be honest.
I don't feel very powerful.
You're well overstating the facts. I mean, so you've got people out there who's on million subscribers, or
Yeah,
even
but-
on YouTube, you've got people
But you
with
know what?
those.
It's still lovely to come across people like yourself and see it. And I just wish you'd been able to come aboard and things like that. That would have been lovely. you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, so Beverly and I, one of the reasons that we blog
Probably
is-
the main reason we blog.
is because we like to meet people. Say, for instance, you're going somewhere foreign, like not last year, but the year before. We went to a place called Taverlick just because some of our subscribers were in Taverlick. And I have to be honest, I would never have gone down there.
I'd never even heard of it. To be honest, it sounded like it was in Wales.
I had heard of it because I used to be the PR officer for Liverpool Yacht Club. And one of the places that one of the skippers had gone was to Taverlick. So, and the only other place that he had gone that I really fancied going is to, it's on the inside of the Firth of Clyde. And they've got an infinity pool.
Oh, is that Portavadie?
Yes. But I just really like the idea of... I have very weird things on my bucket list. I've got somebody else coming up.
Yeah, it's Ant and Sid from Pavidus. Hi guys, I hope it's sunny in Italy.
Absolutely.
We've had Carl and Jenny in this morning from Greece saying it's lovely and sunny and they're in their shorts, so I hope you two are joining them. Dave Goodfield's off to sort out lunch. Happy New Year. All right, Dave, we'll see you, and I'll empty your container one of these days.
No, Beverly's...
One of our little jobs that we've acquired is that in the cold weather and the lockdown, a lot of people are running dehumidifiers on their boats, and we've got keys to a lot of people's boats aboard.
Yeah, but Dave's dehumidifier... It might be that it's a very good dehumidifier, but it really needs emptying on a regular basis, whereas the other one
Yeah,
runs
it's
about.
just plain sailing. On the coffee, or have you started the tipples yet? We're on the coffee, but trust me, the tipples are in the wine locker. Yeah,
That was our payment for looking after
some of these boats.
Some of the boats is we've got a couple of bottles of wine, and they know me so well.
They did, don't they? Yeah, so yeah, with the cold weather and things like that, I just basically go around all these boats, emptying the dehumidifiers and checking the lines after a stormy night. So I don't mind doing it. I mean, not much else to do in a marina.
Yeah, you've got to walk along the pontoons anyway, just to get some exercise. Otherwise, your legs atrophy up.
9 minutes to go, then the sun's over the yard arm. Well, we've no rum aboard, so we're in trouble with that. Ant said,
Yeah,
lovely and sunny where they are.
Oh,
you lucky devils.
Well, all I can say from wet Carrick is enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah.
I mean, so, you were definitely better off than us, because although it was sunny yesterday, it was, what, 1 degree?
It was 1 degree Celsius.
It was
yeah.
1 degree Celsius, so yeah, it was sunny, but we were wrapped up.
So back to sailing plans. Last year and I think the previous year, over the last 2 years certainly, we have done up about as far as the Isle of Mull.
Yes.
We've done the Southern Hebrides and it's sort of the Southern Inner Hebrides up to about the Isle of Mull. We haven't gone above Ardnamurchan Point.
No, and that's if we did go up to Scotland, that is where I would be wanting to go. I'd go to a couple of places like, I quite enjoyed Gia, and I would have loved to done what I wanted to do at Gia, which was basically hire a bicycle, but it was throwing it down, and I do not like getting wet.
Hugh Burgess, remember you're emptying dehumidifiers because Carrick is in lockdown. Yes, Hugh, and I emptied yours yesterday. So
Yeah.
you don't have to panic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got to get the pilotage because the reason we didn't go above Ardnamurchan Point was because that's where our pilot guides stopped. So if we're going to go above it, we'll have to nip across, get new pilotage, and then go off across to Scotland.
Now, we didn't go over Christmas. We didn't get to go and see my girls just because it was too much of a worrywart. So that's why we've been able to move one of our projects on a little bit more, which was quite good. But obviously, as soon as I feel that I can go over, I want to go over to England just to at least see my kids.
It's almost 5 o'clock somewhere. Yes, it is, isn't it? I think they'll start I think if I start opening wine locker at this time of day, I might have some trouble because I've still got jobs to do. And generally, after half a glass of wine, that's me for the day. I'm usually flat on this bunk afterwards for about 3 hours.
Beverly has learned the art of having a Bucks Fizz, because at least with Bucks Fizz,
Bucks Fizz is great.
It's orange juice. It's still got the alcohol in it, but at least it's got the orange juice and the
yeah, you've got the hangover cure and the hangover in the same bottle. I mean, it's a great invention, Bucks Fizz. So I just wish they sold it all year long.
Well, they do, but clearly Beverly's not going to the right aisles.
You might have the reputation of being slightly lush. Well, that's a tad unfair because we're not really a beer babes and bikinis channel. I mean, it's not like we've got a tin of beer in every episode.
And also, although I do love the alcohol and I do like drinking, there are days and days where we don't drink. For instance, if we're going to go out sailing, 24-hour rule, bottle to throttle. So you don't go out sailing. When you're out sailing, you're not drinking. Even when we're on anchor. Unless we know that we're going to be staying there for another night.
And it's calm weather.
No.
And even then we limit ourselves to 1 glass.
Yeah, something like that. Just have a nice glass. So we don't drink like that. But
yeah, so basically if we're going to be at sea, we're a dry boat. If we're going to be in harbour for a while, then the corks can pop out.
Yeah, but again, it's not every night or anything like that. So but yes, there's nothing wrong with it.
Hope your sailing plans turn to our boat in Ullswater. So that's something we have obviously we've sailed this boat through the Crinan Canal, or rather we motored this boat through the Crinan Canal because you don't sail in it. It's just not wide enough. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
And the only boat we've sailed on inland waters really is
dinghies.
Enterprises, Bahias, things like that. We've sailed.
Still
those.
Good fun though.
Oh yeah,
very good fun. If anybody's ever thinking of learning to sail, that's always where I would actually steer them first.
Of course, you get some interesting experiences. Like I did take a complete novice out on the Bahia, and it capsized. So it was a memorable day. He never came back.
Yeah, but Beverly was like, he was like starting to panic, and Beverly says, you feel that thing underneath your feet? He says, that's the bottom of the lake.
That's the bottom of the lake you're standing on. Just plain sailing's got to nip off and do things. Okay, thank you for coming, and have a good day. Anton said are asking about our plans. We're just talking about that. Our plans, as I say, basically just to recap, is to go around Ireland, or failing that, if we can't do it for COVID reasons and other things, is to go around Scotland, or maybe to go down the Irish Sea to the southwest of England. So it's all up in the air. I think in order, if we had to pick those in order, it would be round Ireland would be the
number one. Definitely number one preference.
Because we've been trying to do it for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. So go round Ireland is number one preference. I would still love to go down to the Scillies, but I'd be honest, I'd be quite happy to just go down to the Scillies, go over, see Tamsin and Dave, and then go back up and do like a long run back up to Scotland.
Hang on, need to put my glasses on. Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful with interesting winds. Where's that? Down? Is that the Scillies or Ireland, Gavin Smith? I'm not too sure where you're talking about on that. Silly Meerkat, wishing you all the best from across the water in Dumfries. I hope you're having a better day in Dumfries than we are, but I think when we checked the weather radar, it was pretty rainy over there too.
No, it was actually coming from that area, so we're getting the rain that you had.
Thank you for the good wishes. Somebody from Portavadie. Was that Portavadie is worth a visit with the infinity pool? Yes, Madam wants to do the infinity pool.
Oh yeah, well as I say, it's just one of the things. I mean, say the places I want to go are. I do want to do Star Wars Island. That is just like, oh my god, I want to do Star Wars Island.
Yeah. Oh, Gavin Smith says he was talking about Ullswater. Yeah, it's been beautiful with interesting winds.
Mm.
Yeah, I could understand that because when we've been in the Scottish lots where it's long and thin and narrow, you do get odd wind directions, don't you?
You do. You'll get a lot of funneling, even on Ullswater, because again, it's
Ullswater's very long and thin.
Yeah, exactly. So you will get a lot of tacking, a lot of tacking practice.
That's true. Well, the good thing about Ullswater is it is long and thin, so it's a good race up and a good race down. You'll get and you'll get to do your jibe practices too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You'll definitely get to do some jibing on that one.
Portavadie is somewhere we sailed past last time we were in Scotland, or the time before, because we went into Tarbert.
We went into Tarbert. It was just because we were on that side, and the weather just went there. So we went into Tarbert rather than Portavadie.
Yeah, Sailing Meerkat tried to go to the Scillies, and when they collected it from but the weather was against them. The little story about going to the Scillies, we answered a job advert for boat taxi drivers effectively in the Scillies, and what they said was, if you've got boat handling experience, come down here, we'll put you up for 3 months and the rest of it, and we'll get you to look after people's yachts, move them around between buoys, things like that, and take people in and out of their boats. And we said, brilliant, where can we park our boat? And they said, you want to park a boat? They said, yeah, 37 feet long, 2 meters depth. And they said, well, you'll have to take a commercial mooring, and we were going to wind up paying more for the mooring fee than what we were going to earn in a day, so that was the end of that. And then, of course, boom, COVID came along. So that was really the end of that. But yeah, we almost had a job in the Scillies.
Almost.
It's about as close as we've ever got.
To actually earning money from sailing. Oh, although we do actually of getting some revenue from YouTube now. So,
yeah, apparently YouTube was giving us some money, and they nearly took it back off us because we hadn't answered a letter that they sent to the flat in Liverpool, and of course we're not there to open the mail.
Well, it was actually worse than that. They sent it to the house in Manchester, which we haven't lived at for the last one. A long period of time.
That's true. So we can now afford a bottle of wine from. And that's that.
Oh, God.
So that's the basic plans. Ireland, I suspect the bug is going to be around a bit longer than we'd like it to be.
That's why we're putting in plans, alternate plans, because obviously, like I say, Ireland is still our number one choice, but at least this time we're putting in some alternate plans so that, we can still go off and we can still do some adventures and still do some crazy stuff, but I do feel that to some extent, Beverly and I both came to sailing very late in life, but I do feel that we're coming to sort of like learning, because when you first start sailing and this is our first boat and you first own a boat, there's just so much to learn. Like, for instance, looking after your diesel engine. I'm not being funny, but the most I ever did on my car was petrol, obviously, oil and water. That's it.
Actually, I can recall a one incident where you didn't do the petrol.
Yeah, see what I mean? There was once
phone call from a car park. I'm in the middle of Manchester and the car won't start. No petrol in the tank. In terms of learning about sailing, I would say we've had Salty last 3 years this March. We got her in Troon in March 2018. And we'd done our day skippers and things before that. We'd other sailing experience before that. And we took her down the Irish Sea in the end of March, and it was flipping freezing, and that was that. And we got back and it all went smoothly-ish. But I would say it's taken about 3 years really to put the edge on our sailing and improve it considerably and get the best from the boat.
Yes. And that's what we mean about learning. Like, obviously at the moment we're still learning our skills that we need to do for the yacht master, but it's quite weird. It's one of those exams that I'm not that worried about passing anymore.
Yeah.
Rob
Williams, 6 a.m. in Texas. Gotta go.
Oh gosh.
Have a great day yourself, and I hope you have a lovely sunny day. And I don't know what they do in Texas for New Year's Eve, but have a good one anyway. Hopefully you got barbecues with steers on and things, So, it seems that sort of Texan thing to do from
Oh,
All
absolutely.
those cowboy movies I've watched was going on. What is another one there? Sid and Ant. Exactly, you don't know what you don't know. That's the problem, isn't it? I think Donald Rumsfeld, there's known knowns and known unknowns, but it's the unknown unknowns. I think that was actually a very insightful speech, though at the time a lot of eyebrows went, what?
I understand, because it's one of those ones that you have to analyse, that's all. Which is not very normal on a politician's speech.
No, that's true. But we're staying clear of politics. Not
Please,
yeah.
definitely stay away from that.
Yeah. So, oh, is that Kevin's? Yeah, okay. Good luck, Gavin, with whatever you're up to, and we'll stay in touch. So yeah, I think it's taken us about 3 years to get to grips with Salty Lass and all our little ways and things like that. We're probably better on any boat now, but you know, it's just 3 years of sailing non-stop, really, and
yeah, there's just so much to learn. But as I say, we had two different things that we were learning. First of all, obviously, is the sailing, because although, like Beverly says, we did our day skipper, and you know, we did do a little bit of sailing in dinghies. We didn't really do that much sailing on the big boats.
no.
Purely because what we want to do is not racing.
And the big boats around us were primarily racing boats.
Yes, they were. They were primarily racing boats, and so the only thing I'd ever do really on the racing boats is be
a lot of shouting and screaming.
yeah, what's normally called as it's on the side of the boat.
Rail meat.
Rail meat, yeah. So you
To be
know,
fair, though, on the boats we crewed on, I don't think we were rail meat once.
I was a couple of times.
Okay.
But that was earlier on. But that was when, you know, before I got a little bit more experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, we didn't do as much on the big boat. So, you know, you've got a huge learning curve on your sailing.
Well, all these people are going off getting their New Year Day dinner or New Year's Eve dinner ready and things like that. New Year's Eve on Salty Lass will be chicken curry.
Yeah, but we're going to have a really nice chicken curry, and it's going to be done by Mr. D, the thermal cooker that we use, because...
A nice slow-cooked curry.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Beverly loves cooking, but equally she likes doing... It's like...
I like the eating too. The eating's good. I really like the eating.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, so I'll be... doing a curry and Mr. D later, and that will be our New Year's Eve dinner.
We might actually do a New Year's Day special blowout, because Beverly for special blowouts is always Chinese, stuffed peppers, sweet
salt and pepper spare ribs.
Ooh. Or wings, chicken wings.
Oh, chicken wings and garlic and soy sauce.
Ooh, that would be
Or
nice.
chili and soy.
See, you can tell Beverly's drooling already. So things like that.
Okay, so what do you got here? The dog has given me the look. Happy New Year, guys. And Carry for the cruise. All right, happy Mondays, all the best.
Oh, days.
Ah, dear. So, yeah, so I think people are getting busy, and I think we've got things to do. And we said this would be a short live stream, and we've been rabbiting for half an hour.
I'm really glad that people have turned in, though, because, as I say, this is just an experiment on our part, because we're not doing a live blog. But
Well, we are doing a live blog.
Well, no, we're not doing a live blog. We've not done a video sort of thing, which is all edited. This is us.
Yeah.
In the raw.
Oh, it's very, very raw.
I
Yeah.
couldn't get any rawer than this.
So, yeah. So, that'll be our thing. And, yeah, I guess that's it, isn't it? We do this. We get the curry on, and then it'll be ready for tonight. And, we might have to go and get some more booze out of Sainsbury's.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, just to have a little bit.
SSG?
Ooh.
No, it's Habitus has said SSG. Ooh, got to guess what that is. Stainless steel.
Dunno.
Don't know. Stainless steel something?
I don't know.
It's not TTFN, that's Tata for now.
That's true. I'm sorry, we're not very good on things like that. You can tell we were once in technology and we're like, oh my god, no, please.
Yeah.
We don't want to do any more technology.
Yeah, that's true. We don't have had enough of technology. These days, I still do programming. I still write code, which I used to do for a living. But these days, I do it for myself. I write the code that I need for the projects I'm working on, and I don't really do it professionally anymore. So,
No.
sales safe, guys. I say, answered the pooch. Send cheddar and bacon. That's a terrible thing to do to bacon.
Well, especially as Beverly hates cheese of any
Oh,
sort.
I'm not a cheese fan.
I adore cheese, but Beverly is not a cheese girl.
No, but you got outdoor sand stuff. You make the fridge smell like socks. Yeah.
Oh, please. It has to be said, my girls used to dread the Christmas cheeses. Because I'd be having things like, you know, chilies and cheese and
Yeah.
all this sort of stuff.
Dear. Anyway, so I think we'll wrap it up here. Our first live stream. It's been an interesting experiment. I hope you've enjoyed it. We could waffle on like this all day. I mean, we could waffle on like this all day.
We are chatters.
But it's probably best if we don't. So what we'll do, I'll sit there.
Bye, girls. Lovely to see you.
And you, Hugh. We'll see you about.
All right, we'll see you about, love.
Dear. Many thanks. I've enjoyed the channel. The Mirrored Lamb Lash. Oh, right. Okay. Well, you know, I hope you had a better night's sleep in Lamb Lash than we did, Charles, because...
We've had some nice sleeps in Lamb Lash. It was only the one that was bad.
Oh, it was atrocious. That easterly wind.
But
yeah.
Definitely don't go to Lamb Lash if it's an easterly.
If there's an easterly.
Go on to Holy Island if it's an easterly.
Yeah, that Anchorage, yes.
Just go to the Anchorage just there.
That's better advice, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, thank you very much for coming, and we'll get back to doing our stuff, and I'll get the old fingers tinkling on the keyboard, and I'll get the videos back on stream.
So see you next week with
a regular video, probably on Windows.
Definitely on Windows. We've got all the footage done for that.
As long as we don't lose the camera.
All right. Well.
Oh, and just SV Gabrielle Portishead. Okay, Ian, all the best. Thank you for popping in. I'm sorry if you've just come in at the end of this, but, you know, have to crack on. So, Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, folks.
Bye.
Bye.